GTA 4. We're doing the stunt jumps, locations 1 through 10, AA gamer for life. Okay, so when it comes to this game, I like doing the collectible stuff as soon as an area is available. So this is the very beginning part of the game, and this is the NGR 900, and I'm going to show you where I found this bike at. It's in the airport, and that's right, you're going to get 4 stars getting this bike. Okay, it's basically at the base of the tower, right there at the corner of the runways. So make your way over to the airport. Now, I've been into this area multiple times to get this bike, and it's always been there. Once or twice, I'm going to just say once that I can think about, I drove up there and it wasn't there, but none of the vehicles were there. I drove to the south end of the runways, and then I drove back up there and the bike was there. So, but there's been a lot of times I just drove right to the tower base and the bike is always there. Okay, the NGR 900 is probably the fastest bike in the game as far as I know of. It doesn't have a race bike. You know, I'm not saying there isn't another bike in there, I just don't know, but this is the bike that I collected. Now the thing is, again, don't hold me to it, don't, you know, send me no negative comments or whatever, but it seems to me that, like, when you want a bike and you're just cruising around, you can never find one. I don't know, it's like the game's got ESP or something. Alright, so yeah, you got 4 stars, you gotta lose the wanted level. So what had happened was I died and I'm back out again, and actually I think it died like a couple times, but that's why, you know, I saved the game, came out here, hop on the bike, and then just drove out and lost the wanted level. So definitely, if you're gonna go collect a bike, make sure you save the game. If you wind up getting wasted, just reload your save. And losing the wanted level is really not a thing. Now, the reason why I'm only showing this is because the motorcycle is really, I'd say I've done about 85% of all the jumps with this bike. Now, there's a few where I switched to using a car for certain reasons. One, there's a good chance you're going to wind up in the water. So I just decided to put the bike in the safe spot and grab the car. Alright, so that was just a quick minute or two to show you where the 900 is. Now we're going to get into the jumps. So, and this particular jump, I decided to use a car for. I mean, you needed the speed, but don't get me wrong, the bike has got its issues. I mean, it pisses me off to no end. I mean, I don't know if this is supposed to be dirt here or something, but the bike will have a tendency to kind of spin out while you're trying to get speed to make this ramp. And I've actually came up short and winded up in the water. So for this particular jump, I'm using a car and I made it. Alright, that's our number 1 jump. Okay, I definitely recommend saving the game a lot, saving it often. So it's really a gamer's choice how you want to tackle the jumps. Okay, this is up on a broken part of a roadway. You need to circle around to get up to this ramp. I'm still in the car, so I didn't take the time to go off to get the bike, so I'm going to just stick with the bike here. But anytime I get to a jump that's kind of questionable, I will take the time, go to the safe house, even though it's at the south end of Broker, and then save the game. So the one thing about collecting the NGR 900 is once you got it, you're going to see a lot more of them out and about. It's just like I was saying earlier, it's just like oh man, I'm doing these jumps and I need a bike. And then you're like looking around, you'll never see one. But if you got one, you'll see a lot more of them. So I stashed them, you know. Even the safe house here in Bohan, I actually put a bike in the parking spot, even though I don't have that safe house yet. It seems like it saved it, so I stashed a few of the bikes at some of those yellow marker, you know, parking areas. Okay, so this one is actually supposed to be like a double jump. Our next jump is in the next platform, and if you were hitting this correctly, or I want to say correctly because, you know, you wouldn't really know about it. Obviously, you're watching the video, so you would know watching the video, but you're coming up here, you're taking the jump, and if you're in a cinematic, so you can't really do anything with the car. So if you come in fast and you wind up hitting the other jump, but you're not correct, you're not going to be able to get the jump right, so you'll miss the second jump. So I'd recommend just keeping your speed moderate, hitting the brakes hard here so you don't hit the next jump. See what I'm saying? I would have been way off on hitting that ramp. So you can make this next jump, so just back up, get yourself straight, and then you'll land on the rooftop and it'll be jump complete. So that, I think, is the best way to tackle this one. Okay, I just been a while since I've been out this way, so I wanted to make sure exactly where I was landing. And that rooftop is our gold, so pretty much taking this thing right to the edge and then just accelerate, and it should be enough to hit the roof. So I think this car I'm using was Michelle's, the one you do for the first date. I think I stashed her car at the Robin's first safe house there, and so, yep. Alright, so that takes care of the jumps out there in Bohan. Now we're in Broker, and I got the bike now. Again, save the game. There's a few jumps where they could be a little bit on the questionable side as far as you know, you might land in the water, you could die, whatever the situation may be. So save the game. Any issues, you could always reload it. Alright, hitting this one particular ramp, you just want to kind of veer to the left just ever so slightly. Your target is down here in the intersection area, and that should be jump complete. And yep, that happens more times than I'd like to think about. I can't think of how many times I've landed rough and had to go off and find a hot dog or a burger or something to refill my health. Or I just went and saved the game again. So I cannot stress that enough. Save a lot, save often. I mean, it's just a good idea. Like this one, I wasn't sure, you know. Again, it's moderate speed. You just basically want to clear the pool. But it puts you T-bone right into a building, so as soon as you get out of the cinematic, you're going to T-bone a building, and you're most likely going to take some damage here, so be ready for it. And as always, if you're liking the videos and you're finding them helpful, I appreciate the thumbs up and subscribing. Although GTA 5 has been out for a while, this game still has its merits to go back and play through again. It's definitely open for argument. I just don't think the vehicles needed to handle the way they do. I mean, I got a bike to do this thing, and like I said, I found a few of them, so I stashed them at the parking areas. you know, like these container ramp ones. You know, if you were using a car, you'd have to make sure your driving is dead on and make sure you get the center of that thing. With a bike, you got a little more forgiveness. And even so, I'm like, with this one, I hit it like sideways or something. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I did. I mean, it was just debris in the can or something. You know, it looked like a straight shot to me, you know. Like, you know, I don't know if it was like debris on the ramp or whatever, but there's nothing better than making a jump going sideways. Like, yeah, take out a light pole as well. Hell yeah, jump complete. Okay, this is going to be our number 8 jump, and this is the one that says, you know, I found one. And it was this jump because I was trying to do that achievement for flipping your car 5 times. I read somewhere that you could do it with this jump, but didn't work out that way. So this is going to make my count straight up. This will be 8 and 8 right here. And pretty much this is all the speed you're going to need. Just pretty much need to get to the road below. All right, good enough. I don't know, it's like anything, you know, the jumps could be fun, but they got their real frustrating end of them too. It just seems like, you know, they could have been easier to get to, less debris. I don't know, they were trying to make it challenging. Okay, so with this one, I'm like, there's the water. I'm like, I don't know, man. So I went and put the bike in the parking area and grabbed the vehicle here. Save the game, of course, and I just grabbed the car here because I wasn't sure if something would stop me or whatever. When in doubt, if you feel like there's a chance you're going to wind up in the water, you know, just jack a random car and give it a try that way. You know, so here I come. Like, if I was on the bike and I hit that, I probably would have went head over heels, but I would have wound up in the water, but at least my bike could still be up here, so I was still in the car and wasn't making a special trip back just to go get the bike. This particular jump is just a little hop one. You got this little ramp that takes you off to the roadway. Not a lot of speed is needed here. Just a little hop onto the road and that'll make the jump complete, and that'll take care of that. A little hop, skip, and a jump, and another stunt jump down. Okay, on the mini map you can see that there's a little R there, and that's because it's the very beginning of the game. I like getting all this stuff done, and then when there's not more to do, then I do the mission. So, alright, so that's our first 10. AA Gamer for Life. We'll see you on the next one.